Hello everyone. In today's video, we'll be looking at how to trade imbalance price action. This is one of the concepts of price in forex market. So before we can understand this concept very well, we must understand the concept of what price efficiency and price inefficiency. Okay. So without wasting time, let's look at what price inefficiency is. And I'm going to explain price efficiency side by side. Okay. Now we have bearish imbalance and we have bullish imbalance. When price move up, bearish imbalance happens when price move down. Now to identify the imbalance is simply the gap within the price. Okay, the low of this candle, which is this wick, and the low of the third candle. In order to identify imbalance, you must look at three candles. 1, 2, 3. Look at three candles and see if the first candle and this last third candle, their wick touches one another. If the wick touches one another, meaning the wick here comes down to this level and this also comes up to this level, then we do not have imbalance. But if there is gap between them, this is the low here, this is the high here, there is a gap. This gap is what we call imbalance. Okay, in forex, this is what we call imbalance. Not only forex but any other market in price action. The reason for this is that when when supply came in here, price moves too fast that it did not fill up some orders. It moves so fast, and what we are anticipating is that price will come back into this imbalance to fill up this imbalance in order to take price lower. Okay, we are coming in here to mitigate. If you don't understand the concept of mitigation, I did a video some time back. I will put the link in the description below. Okay, now let's look at the bullish. Okay, bullish imbalance also, you identify three candles. Okay, the first, the second, the third. Now you look for the gap between the first and the third candle. In this case, the high here and the low here. The difference there is what? The imbalance. This is the gap. This is the imbalance. So in the future, we expect price to trade back into this imbalance where we are going to look for our trade to take it off. Okay. Now, how do you trade price imbalance? How do you trade price imbalance? Now, I'm going to show you how most people trade and the way I personally trade imbalance. Okay, most people they trade when price fill up the 50% level. Okay, 50% level. For example, to know the 50%, I will take the feed from here to here, the 50% level. So most people do this, and I'm not here to attack any strategy. Every strategy is good as long as it makes you profit. Okay, so they wait for price to come in and fill up this 50% before they look for what? Sell, in the case of a bearish imbalance. Okay, and in the case of bullish imbalance, they wait for price to come in to the 50 level before they look for what? Buy. But over the years, using this creates a lot of it reduces your win rate. Okay, your win rate reduces, but most times price comes up in here and trade to the full. So what I do, the way I trade is I trade the full imbalance. Price needs to close 100%. That is the way I choose to trade, and that is what is in my trading plan. I wait for price to come in here to fill up the imbalance 100%. So before I look for what? Sales. Before I look for a trade to take this price lower, or before I look for trade to take this price what? Higher. Now that takes us to another concept there, meaning the candle in this case what I'll be looking for a bearish imbalance is that in this case here, I will be looking for what? A close of what? The imbalance. So this candle is my important what? Candle. This candle is my important candle. This is the candle which I call the what? It's called the IPA candle, Imbalance Price Action candle. This is the candle that fill up the imbalance, and this is my point of what? Interest. I will then identify this as what? A point of interest, meaning that price will come in the future to mitigate, okay, to mitigate this level. When it mitigates, I look for sell and then take price down. Same thing with the bullish side. The candle that fill up the 100%, the candle that fills up the 100% is the candle I'll be interested in. So this is my IPA candle. Let me write down here. This is my IPA candle. Okay. So in my videos, when you hear me say the word IPA, this is what I'm referring to. Maybe you watched my video in the past and I made mention of this, the IPA candle. This is exactly what I was looking at, because this is my point of interest, where I'm looking for price to fill up this imbalance. Because price, okay, price move in search of what? Liquidity. Okay, and we have the liquidity void in here, so price needs to come in to fill up the imbalance, okay, before taking price to the upside. Okay, so we are going to look at the chart and see if we can identify any of these. Okay, so let's go to the chart. As usual, I like using the Euro USD for my analysis. Okay, so here we are at the chart. Here we are trying to figure out, point out the IPA here, in this case the imbalance. You can see that after the distribution of prices here, price rallied up, distribute, and then move sharply down. As it's moving down, it created what? An imbalance. Okay, it created an imbalance right here, because the wick, the low wick here and the wick here created what? A gap. So I've pointed out an imbalance there. Another imbalance you can see is simply from here to here. Okay, this is the imbalance here. Now let's study this. When you point out those imbalance, okay, price went to the downside. You can see price went down, then as it's approaching it back. Now before I move on the reaction, for price efficiency, there are no form of what? Imbalance. From here down, okay, we notice that there are no form of imbalance. Price is efficiently delivered here. This is what we call price efficiency. And within price efficiency, we have no obstacles. Okay, we will not bother about obstacles in here, because this serves as what? Liquidity, the external liquidity that price needs to take into this region. So now, as price approaches here, okay, what happened? It trades into the what? Imbalance, moved down. So as price is approaching here, you can anticipate what? To sell. But due to my strategy, I wait for 100%. Okay, I wait for 100%. So for those that do 50%, they will have a good trade there. Fine, I won't be interested there. But because this is a weekly time frame, I have other ways to enter the market from here. But that might come in the subsequent video. So what I will do is that I wait for price to come in here. So as price is in here, I'll be looking for what? A formation to sell this price down. Okay, so in this case we have two IPA, but in order not to make this video longer than necessary, we are going to focus on this, because you can see this is the origin. When price gets back to the origin to mitigate on this IPA candle, okay, what you need to do is to wait and move to what? The lower time frame. You go to the lower time frame, lower time frame, you go to lower time frame to look for what? Execution. So let's go to the 1 hour here. So we are here. Here's the 1 hour chart. Okay, this is 1 hour chart. So in the 1 hour chart now, I can see that liquidity has been taken and the break of structure to the downside. So I can decide to, depending on the, one of my strategies to buy or sell at area of premium discount. So in this case here, this is my 50% level. So when price trades back above this liquidity, I can do for what? A sell position. This is the strong eye. That means my stop loss can be above here. My stop loss can be above here. Okay, for a swing trade. So you can decide to execute your trade, short position, buy once price takes the liquidity. For a better risk to reward ratio, you can go down to the 5 minutes. I'm only illustrating an example here. Okay, by next week I should do a trade breakdown, which I use this imbalance to execute my trade. So watch out for that video. It will be coming soon by next week. So you can see, you can decide to take the trade there, and then price what? Start moving away sharply. Okay, so that is that on price imbalance. I know a lot of people have been asking me in the comment section to talk about price imbalance, and I have to listen to you guys, and I hope you love this video. The next video is on, if you are new to smart money concept and you don't really understand or have a good trading plan for it, the next video here talks about smart money concept. Okay, how to trade smart money concept. Make sure you watch it and then try to implement the strategy. So if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel. Take us to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month, and make sure you hit the like button. Give me your thoughts on this video, and if there's any room for improvement, let me know. I will do the best I can in order to give you quality education here on YouTube. And remember, everything I do here is not financial advice. Okay, I'm only educating you. It's for educational purpose only, and do not take my advice here as financial advice. Until then, watch that video, and then we'll see on that other side.